Thanks for joining us live on the CBS7 YouTube. I'm Mary Kate Hamilton. 2 people are dead after drowning at San Solomon Springs inside a Balmorhea State Park. Texas Parks and Wildlife officials say that the drownings happened on Sunday afternoon. 82-year-old Ernest Manchin from Dripping Springs was snorkeling in the deep section of the pool when he went underwater. His son-in-law, 56-year-old Gary Wong, tried to rescue him but also drowned. Authorities tried to perform CPR, but both men later died at a hospital in Pecos. A second child is dead after a distracted driver failed to stop at a stop sign in North Ector County. Now officials are working to bring some safety measures to that intersection. Ector County Judge Dustin Fawcett, Ector County Public Works, and the Texas Department of Transportation met to discuss those safety measures. The temporary result was a set of rumble strips.
We respond to this tragedy. We don't just react. We want to make sure that we're logical, we're methodical, and we do something that can actually help save lives and not just make us feel good with a pat on the back. We want to actually do safety measures that we know shows that we could save some lives.
Judge Fawcett says he and other county leaders plan to continue working with TxDOT to approve new safety measures, including a traffic signal light. The Midland County District Attorney's Office announced this morning that a man has been convicted of a 2015 double murder in Midland. 46-year-old Angel Luis LeBron Rivera is guilty of capital murder, the only offense for which the death penalty can be imposed. Back in 2015, an 18-year-old woman and a 19-year-old man came from Puerto Rico to Midland to live with LeBron Rivera. After a few months, both teens were reported missing. Then, in 2018, the Midland County Sheriff's Office found the skeletal remains of both teens on a tree farm. It's a farm where LeBron Rivera previously worked. Evidence showed he shot both teenagers in the head, execution style, and dumped their bodies in a pit. LeBron Rivera was caught in the Dominican Republic and sent back to the U.S. A jury will now decide whether LeBron Rivera will be sentenced to the death penalty or life in prison without the possibility of parole. The Odessa Police Department is warning the public about credit and debit card skimmers being found at local gas stations. Skimmers are devices that read your card when you slide it into the card reader at the pump or at the register. They're often paired with hidden cameras that capture the numbers you enter into the keypad, giving thieves your card data to use or sell. Anyone with information about these devices or possible locations are urged to call the Odessa Police or Odessa Crime Stoppers. You may have noticed over the last few weeks a certain seasonal business making an appearance around the Permian Basin. James Pearson has been running his fireworks stand for the last 17 years. The stand has regular customers that come from all over West Texas to buy fireworks from their stand in Odessa.
Right now we have certain people that come in, they'll buy a little bit here and there. They come back 3 or 4 times, sometimes in the same day. And then on the 4th of July, they come and buy in big bulk.
Tonight and tomorrow are expected to be big nights for fireworks, of course. And while there is a cause for celebration, it's also important to make sure you are in a safe area to set the fireworks off.
Biggest factor is the wind here. So you have to watch the wind because you shoot stuff up in the air and it goes somewhere else. It starts fires. So we have to watch for the wind, and people really question that.
If you are planning on using fireworks on the 4th, remember to be safe about where you set them off, and remember it is illegal to set off fireworks in the Midland and Odessa city limits. We are bringing you a live look now from Big Spring at the 27th annual Pops in the Park. This event is held yearly to honor those who have served our country. And right now the symphony and chorus are finishing up their program. That'll be followed by a short intermission. At 9:35 tonight, fireworks will light up the Big Spring sky. So just about 30 minutes away. Looks like a beautiful night to be out there enjoying the fireworks. We're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Tom Tieferteller. Tom?
Yeah, so far the showers and thunder showers are staying off to the west and northwest. We'll take a look at them here live on the radar and show you what's going on as we are seeing scattered showers and thunder showers lining up from near Seminole back in the northern portions of Andrews County and near the Eunice area north of Jow. We had one little shower pass to the east of the Kermit area. This activity is on a downward slide now that the sun is starting to set, and we're going to see things again start to calm down a little bit there. As we take a look at the satellite picture, I want to show you what's going on with Hurricane Beryl moving across Jamaica at the present time. Still has a little ways to go before it enters the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to happen coming up this weekend, possibly affecting southern Texas early part of next week. It's a hot one today. We're seeing temperatures into triple digits for the afternoon highs for most locations. And we again look at some of that thunder shower activity. Temperatures are trying to cool off, but still up there though, currently into the mid 90s out there. And it looks like another scorcher on the way, but maybe a few more isolated thunderstorms for July 4th.
It's once again time for Ector County Public Works to begin the process of chip sealing roads that need refreshing. The county averages around 80 to 90 roads per year during the chip sealing project, with a team of 25 employees working 5 days a week. Once finished, the roadways should last 4 to 5 years before they need to be refreshed again.
Make sure that you're paying attention. That's the biggest thing. Distracted driving is that and speeding are two of the top 3 contributing factors to all crashes in the Permian Basin and specifically in Ector County. And so we ask folks to put away their phone if they see they're in a construction zone, because, you know, we have workers out there who need to make it home to their families and deserve to make it home to their family.
The chip sealing process happens in multiple phases and will last several months. It should be done sometime in October. I just made that up. Midland Memorial Hospital is being recognized for its efforts in energy conservation. The American Society for Healthcare Engineering is giving MMH its Energy to Care Award. Only 2% of participating hospitals in the whole country receive this honor. ASH's sustainability program helps healthcare facilities track their energy, water, and emissions reduction efforts. They celebrate hospitals like MMH that go above and beyond in achieving their goals. Midland's Director of Hospital Engineering, Chuck Brooks, will accept the award at a conference in Anaheim, California later this month. And more healthcare options are coming to rural West Texas. Tarrant Health officially opened today in Pecos. They'll have options for in-person appointments and telehealth resources that can extend throughout Reeves County.
Yes, it's such a great opportunity to be able to serve patients, and especially where it all started. I was born here in Pecos, right across the street, and now what a full circle moment to be able to come back to Pecos and in an office of my own to deliver the standard of care that I feel is going to help people not only, treat their illnesses, but prosper in health altogether.
The new facility will see patients with or without insurance and plans on operating as a membership-based practice. Across the state, mosquitoes carrying the West Nile virus are in Lubbock County. The Biological Threat Research Lab at Texas Tech University found evidence of the virus and notified the Lubbock Health Department. You can catch this virus if you're bitten by a mosquito that is carrying West Nile. That's why the health department advises folks to be aware of the 5 Ds. First, you should wear insect repellent containing DEET, dress with clothing covering as much of your skin as possible, drain any standing water where mosquitoes can lay eggs, and avoid being outdoors during dusk and dawn. Those are peak mosquito hours. A network of homeless shelters in El Paso will stay open. That's after a judge's ruling Monday shut down an attempt to close them. Harrison Parker reports.
Well, I think it brings a community relief in general.
Gabriela Lopez of Las Americas Immigrant Advocacy Center says the ruling allows their efforts to continue.
Everyone that has been keeping up with this case finds great relief in knowing that El Paso can continue protecting and serving this segment of our community.
A sentiment shared with the Border Network for Human Rights.
It allows us to feel, a little more protected, that we know that our communities are behind us, and that, a reassurance to our community that what we're doing is, constitutionally framed, that it's legal.
In his ruling, District Judge Francisco Dominguez said the Texas Attorney General's move to shut down the shelter was a disregard for the constitutional rights of the Annunciation House. As we've reported, Attorney General Ken Paxton accused the nonprofit organization of human smuggling and running a stash house, something the district judge called outrageous and intolerable in his ruling. In a statement, El Paso Bishop Mark Seitz said, quote, "This is an important moment for religious freedom and a recognition of the important role that faith communities play in helping our nation lead with compassion and humanity and meeting the challenges of migration at the border." Congresswoman Veronica Escobar said in part, quote, "I'm relieved Ken Paxton's repugnant political attack, which wasted state and local resources, was struck down by the court," end quote. Lopez is certain El Pasoans will continue to help those at the border.
Community members are pretty set in stone about their values and are very much still just as happy to put all hands on deck.
Still ahead, U.S.-based disaster relief efforts are staging to assist Jamaica and surrounding islands hit hard by Category 4 Hurricane Beryl, which is barreling through the Caribbean this week. We have the latest next here on CBS7 News at 9. Hurricane Beryl is barreling over Jamaica, bringing what meteorologists describe as life-threatening winds and storm surge to the island. It's the first hurricane to hit the popular tourist destination in 12 years. Laura Aguirre brings us the latest.
This is what the monstrous Category 4 Hurricane Beryl looks like through the lens of a satellite as it roars through the Caribbean. It first slammed ashore in Grenada with maximum sustained winds of 145 miles per hour Monday. Those same life-threatening conditions are now punishing the island of Jamaica. Forecasters put the center of the storm just south of the island Wednesday afternoon, with powerful bands of wind and storm surge possible over its entire eastern half. Jamaica's prime minister took to social media Wednesday, urging everyone in high-risk impact areas to evacuate, with or without official notice.
If you live in a low-lying area, or if you live on the banks of a river or a gully, I implore you to evacuate to a shelter or to safer ground.
U.S.-based disaster relief efforts are underway, with organizations like World Central Kitchen and Global Empowerment Mission packing and preparing supplies for shipment to the hard-hit islands. The National Weather Service is tracking Beryl into northeastern Mexico between now and Sunday, with a tightly wound center between 60 and 70%, making a U.S. landfall of some degree into southern Texas early next week possible. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
While Hurricane Beryl doesn't pose a major threat to the U.S., experts do predict it will eventually impact oil prices. That's because the National Hurricane Center is forecasting shift in the storm's path that could disrupt oil refineries in Texas. Experts also expect Hurricane Beryl to shut down oil tankers sending crude to Gulf Coast refineries. That loss of Mexican oil could temporarily boost gas prices. U.S. oil prices climbed above $84 a barrel on Tuesday for the first time since late April. Experts are predicting a spike of 5 to 10 cents a gallon over the next week.
Well, back home in West Texas, we are dealing with a few scattered showers, thunder showers trying to move in across the Permian Basin. We'll get you up to date on that and show you how more in the July 4th forecast coming up next.
Now, from the CBS7 First Alert Weather Center, here's Chief Meteorologist Tom Tiefertiller.
Well, a few isolated showers and thunder showers have made their way in across parts of the northwest Permian Basin, the western Permian Basin. But it looks like everything's on a downward trend as we're seeing the sun set, so we're losing the fuel for these storms, the daytime heating. But they'll be back coming up tomorrow as a weak cool front's going to start to approach the area. Now, that's all because we're seeing this trough of low pressure move across the central U.S., take high pressure and move it off to the east and west of the area. Still going to be hot tomorrow, but we are going to see a welcome change, though, with that front. And it will drop temperatures a little bit coming up Friday into Saturday across the area, and also put a few more isolated, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast that have stretched from southeast to Mexico, now making their way in across the northwest Permian Basin and continuing on up across portions of the Texas Panhandle at the present time. But again, we're going to see a lot of this really start to wind down. Now, it was hot across the state today, but the hottest stuff was back here across West Texas. We're all the way up to 111 at Rio Grande Village, 100 in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, 99 in San Antonio. So not only West Texas seeing a lot of the heat, and more of that is in the forecast for tomorrow. Now, the isolated showers, thunder showers, just about gone by midnight tonight. But as we move the clock ahead towards tomorrow, once we get a little daytime heating, we're going to see some isolated showers and thunderstorms spark up in those mountain areas first off, and some of this trailing in across portions of the Permian Basin into the western Permian Basin. Keep this in mind with anything you have planned outdoors in the way of fireworks displays, as we could be dealing with an isolated shower, thunderstorm around northern portions of the Permian Basin, maybe moving in across the Midland Odessa area. Definitely something we'll watch tomorrow evening, and then moving the clock ahead towards Friday, a quiet start, but then we'll see more isolated, widely scattered showers and thunder showers pop up by the afternoon. So for the rest of tonight, again, done with the showers by about midnight tonight, upper 70s on the way, and then tomorrow a scorcher out there. But bringing in an isolated thunderstorm late in the day, and your CBS7 First Alert exclusive 10-day forecast is showing that more rain chances are on the way for Friday into the start of the weekend. But look at those temperatures, though, dropping down into the lower 90s. Then we'll heat back up a little bit on Sunday before more slight rain chances and slightly milder temperatures come back to the forecast moving into next week.
Next here on CBS 7 News at 9, we look at the best and worst times to travel this holiday. Millions of Americans will be traveling this 4th of July holiday. Drivers can expect plenty of traffic on the roads, and passengers should brace for busy airports. In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan looks at the best and worst times to travel this week.
It's not just the fireworks lighting up this week. You can expect to see plenty of brake lights on the roads as drivers brace for traffic jams this 4th of July holiday.
It's gonna be busy out there.
AAA says nearly 71 million people will travel 50 miles or more this 4th of July week, with a record 60.6 million people driving to their destination.
Make sure you're prepared for delays no matter where you might be.
The worst times to be on the road are the days before and on July 4th between 2 and 7 p.m. The worst days to travel will be July 3rd and Sunday, July 7th. And with more people having the flexibility to work remotely, it means more people are leaving earlier in the week.
We're seeing a lot of those folks taking quote-unquote workcations where they may be extending it for a few days.
If you're flying, you can expect packed airports.
As an agency nationwide, we are going to be extremely busy for the summer.
Between Friday, June 28th through Monday, July 8th, the TSA expects to screen more than 28 million people. The busiest day for air travel will be Sunday, July 7th.
Get here early. Get here on time.
Weather is already wreaking havoc on travelers' plans, with many flights canceled on Sunday as storms rolled through much of the Northeast. And if you're heading south, Hurricane Beryl could impact your plans. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
According to data from AAA, an estimated 71 million Americans are expected to hit the roads and skies, like we said. AAA's data projects that 60 million Americans will be traveling by car, which is an increase of about 3 million from last year. Those travelers are expected to drive 50 miles or more from their homes. To help cut down on the price of gas, the Biden administration says they tapped into the nation's oil reserves.
We released 1 million barrels of gasoline into the market just before July 4th. so that we can at least blunt the increase in price that we see from this massive demand.
The average price of a gallon of gas this weekend is expected to be $3.50. That's according to the data tracking group Gas Buddy, which is the lowest at this time of the year since 2021. Still ahead, a few dinosaurs were involved in a car accident in Missouri. We have the details on the Jurassic crash next. A car accident in Missouri had some people doing a double take when a truck carrying dinosaur statues slid off of the highway. This is crazy. The accident happened early Wednesday morning in Claycomo. Police arrived to the scene only to be greeted by grinning dinosaurs on a flatbed trailer. Investigators say it had recently rained and the driver was likely going too fast for those conditions. But no dinosaurs or people were hurt.
Well, that's
Thank
good.
goodness. This would be scary, though, especially at night when it's all dark and you're kind of pulling up to a scene. You never know what you're going to get as a police officer, and then you see this. It's bizarre.
Probably at a very expensive displays there that get damaged. You know, you see those traveling through. We've had it here in the Permian Basin. So yeah, that would be a sight, especially if you were just driving right along and a Tyrannosaurus Rex shows up.
I know. My next question is, I need to know where they were headed. So we'll need a follow-up story on that.
Well, anyway, though, I hope it was a little cooler wherever they were headed up there in Missouri, because things are downright hot. We were in triple digits today. More of that in the forecast for you July 4th. But Mary Kate, we're also adding a few isolated showers and thunderstorms to the forecast by the evening hours. Keep that in mind with those outdoor plans.
All righty. Thank you so much, Tom, and thank you for joining us here at 9. We've got more news coming up at 10.